Federal Judge Aileen Cannon was exposed by an investigation by NPR for taking lavish trips to a lodge in Montana that she failed to disclose on her federal judge disclosure forms. Donors of the George Mason Justice Scalia School of Law paid for this lavish trip by Judge Aileen Cannon and other right-wing judges. She failed to disclose it. She now claims that it was some inadvertent omission by the website that listed. She claims that she tried to list it. As NPR states in their investigation, when they reached out to Judge Aileen Cannon for comments about her failure to disclose her lavish trips in Montana, all of a sudden, lo and behold, it showed on the location where disclosures are made. But until the investigation by NPR led to the point where they reached out to her, it was not posted. Here's the article by Newsweek. Judge Aileen Cannon responds to claims she did not disclose luxury trips. Judge Aileen Cannon, who's overseeing the Mar-a-Lago document case, has said she declared 2 luxury resort trips to Montana that were mentioned in a National Public Radio NPR investigation. Cannon herself, a Trump appointee, attended 2 seminars at a luxury resort in Montana, but the privately funded seminar disclosures for both events were not posted online until NPR began making inquiries. NPR's online investigation states, quote, "Clerk of the court for Judge Cannon, Angela Noble, told NPR in an email that the absence of the disclosures by Judge Aileen Cannon was due to, quote, technical issues, and that any omissions to the website are completely inadvertent," it states. Cannon's office told Newsweek that the 2 trips are likely listed on the U.S. government's federal judge disclosure website. The court clerk stated in an email to Newsweek that there are 2 trips listed for Judge Cannon. These are likely the trips you are referring to. You can find them here with a link to the U.S. government website. The links show that the seminars were funded by the George Mason University Foundation, which itself is referred to as the Justice Scalia School of Law, funded by millions of dollars by the Federalist Society to rename that law school after Justice Scalia. The event was at the Sage Lodge in Montana. Here is the Sage Lodge, by the way. We looked it up here at the MeidasTouch Network. This is where George Mason University sent Judge Aileen Cannon. The Sage Lodge in Montana. Welcome to paradise in Montana. Welcome to paradise. Run yourself rugged. We can safely say that during your time at our Montana Ranch Resort, you'll never be at a loss for something to do unless you need a minute to take in the scenery in silence. That may be something Judge Aileen Cannon needed to do. Big Sky Country simply begs to be explored, Judge Cannon. Fly fishing, rafting, wildlife viewing, mountain biking, and hiking the expansive open lands are all within your grasp, Judge Aileen Cannon. Must be nice to have George Mason University pay for this trip through the Federalist Society. I wonder if that impacts the way you may think about cases when Federalist Society cases come before you, when, if indeed it's fly fishing that you love, Judge Aileen Cannon, Sage Lodge is the perfect destination located in the heart of Montana's fly fishing country. I wonder if that's on your mind when Federalist Society judges who represent Donald Trump show in front of you, or Federalist Society judges in another case. Maybe you remember the Yellowstone River Spring Fling. Maybe you indulged in rustic Montana fare. Maybe you ate at the grill at Sage Lodge. Maybe you went to the spa. Did you relax, restore, and rejuvenate on the dime of the Federalist Society? Because yes, Montana is known for its rugged environments, its get out there, get dirty, and have fun spirit. Those are apt descriptions, and at Sage Lodge, you can go full on Montana, yet they are proud to offer the flip side, where you can relax your mind and rejuvenate your soul in the serene setting of our Montana spa. I'm not sure that other lawyers got to send you on these trips, but I wonder if that impacts your decision making, indulging in the spa with some of these specials. By the way, this is what NPR stated on its website with regards to its investigation. When judges get free trips to luxury resorts, disclosure is spotty. Dozens of federal judges failed to fully disclose free luxury travel to judicial conferences around the world. Federal judges, occasionally with family members or even their dog, traveled to luxury resorts in locations as far-flung as London, Palm Beach, Bar Harbor, Maine, and the outskirts of Yellowstone National Park for week-long seminars. The judges received free rooms, free meals, and free money toward travel expenses, together worth a few $1,000s. Within 30 days of an event, judges are required to file a form that details the host of the event and the entities that provided funding, as well as the speakers and topics of discussion. This form, called a privately funded seminar disclosure report, is posted on every federal court's website. Second, federal law requires that judges report the reimbursements they receive for the events on an annual financial disclosure report. That report also includes information like alternate sources of income, such as a book deal or a teaching job, and what stocks a judge might own. Those reports are eventually posted on a centralized online database maintained by the Administrative Office of the U.S. Courts. By closely examining the portion of these events subject to public records law, NPR identified problems with both systems. For one, George Mason University, particularly the university's conservative-leaning law and economics center, has long stood out as one of the most prolific hosts of judicial education events. Collectively, hundreds of judges have attended the university's events at luxury resorts over the years. GMU is quick to point out that the events are paid for by private donors. But here's the catch. Which judges have disclosure problems? Problems plague the paperworks of certain judges. Who's the first judge in the NPR report? Surprise, surprise. The judges who failed to comply with the disclosure requirements include some notable names. There she is, Judge Aileen Cannon. Judge Aileen Cannon of the Southern District of Florida is presiding over former President Donald Trump's criminal trial for allegedly mishandling classified documents. Cannon herself, a Trump appointee, attended 2 seminars at a luxury resort in Montana, but the privately funded seminar disclosures for both events were not posted online until NPR began making inquiries. Clerk of Court Angela Noble told NPR in an email that the absence of the disclosure was due to technical issues and that any omission to the website are completely inadvertent. You see, folks, it was just technical issues. Forget that Judge Aileen Cannon has demonstrated time and time again her bias, that she was overruled by the 11th Circuit for asserting equitable jurisdiction over a search warrant involving Donald Trump, who appointed her when she was the first federal judge in history to ever do such a thing, as she was reminded twice when she was admonished by the 11th Circuit Court of Appeal. Forget the fact that Judge Aileen Cannon has made error after error, and she still has not really made any significant substantive rulings in the Mar-a-Lago document case before her. But wait a minute. You know how we talked about how in other reports that Judge Aileen Cannon has not yet moved the May 20th trial date, despite holding a hearing on March 1st where she stated that she was going to move the May 20th, 2024 trial date. And she said that special counsel Jack Smith's request of a July trial date is not realistic. And she was inclined to set the trial for 2025 or even later. But look, it's early May right now. She has not done anything with the trial. That's 15 days away from the date of this recording. She's yet to move the trial date on May 20th. But here's my theory now. I see what's going on. She is relaxing and enjoying and rejuvenating in Montana at the lodge. That must be what she's doing. I mean, look, folks, in all seriousness, though, this corruption runs deep. We see time and time again with these Trumpy judges, whether it's Clarence Thomas and, one of his benefactors, Harlan Crow, sending him across the world on lavish trips every single year and private jets. I mean, these right-wing judges are basically just putting their middle finger up at this point and saying, what are you going to do about it? We have lifetime appointments. Good luck doing. We're going to live lifestyles of the rich and famous. We'll make corrupt rulings. In Clarence Thomas's case, his wife may be involved in the insurrection or was, but damn the torpedoes. Let's go to Lake Como on the dime of Harlan Crow. Let's go to exotic lodges and rugged lodges across the world. Let's indulge and rejuvenate. And then, what, should we use the Men in Black wand, Judge Aileen Cannon? And when those same lawyers appear before you, you're not going to give them a little bit of a benefit. You want we the people to believe that. And here's the thing, folks, as I've said over and over again, corruption is corruption, and it just needs to be called out in all of its forms. This seems to be a clear case of it, but you can judge for yourself if you think that Judge Cannon is telling the truth when she says it's just technical issues. It was just technical issues on a court website. She blames the clerk. Sounds like Trump. Kind of blames his own people. Sounds Trumpy. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 3 million subscribers thanks to your support. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.